Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Instacar HK. Today we're reviewing 2021's hottest item, and that's this 2020 Toyota GR Yaris. Now, you guys will have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of YouTube videos about this car already, so I'll keep the background information light and short. But basically, in 2018, Toyota won the World Rally Championship with their Toyota Yaris. And after that, Toyota CEO Mr. Toyota decided to make a homologated version, a street version, based on their championship-winning car. Now, actually, by the time they decided to do this car, the FIA already changed regulations, so technically it wasn't the most updated homologated model. But Toyota didn't care, he really liked the car and decided to go on and produce it anyway. Now, based on the Toyota Yaris, this car actually has almost nothing to do with the Yaris. Maybe the front lights are the same, but otherwise it's a completely different car. Now, you guys would know that the normal, ordinary Yaris has 5 doors, when this only has 3 doors. The roofline of this was also trimmed and cut down for better aerodynamics. And unlike the ordinary Yaris, this car is also mostly made of aluminium, including the doors, the front and rear bonnets, and most impressively, the top is by carbon fiber to keep the weight of the car light. This is for homologation rules. They must produce 25,000 of them, so it's not exactly a rare car. But it's been said that it is likely that for every car that Toyota sells, for every GR Yaris they sell, they're most likely losing money. Similar to supercars like the Bugatti Veyron or the Lexus LFA, where each of them sold what the factory was actually losing money. Now, the reason for that is because for these sort of halo models, halo cars, the manufacturers don't only care about making money. To them, it's about the R&D and also for the bragging rights for being able to produce such a capable car, which, right at the outset, everyone loves it, everyone knows how good and competent it is, and this is exactly what the GR Yaris done. It has made such a hit in the automotive world. Now, powering this car is a 1.6-liter, 3-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 260 horsepower, which doesn't sound much, but considering the car only weighs 1,280 kg, that should be plenty. And 1,280 kg, it's really light for today's safety standards. I mean, it's still 200 kg heavier than my Type R, but today it's a different world, and 1,280 kg cars are almost unheard of these days. So I am really looking forward to how this car drives. All right, so now it's time to go for a test drive. I'm really looking forward to this. After all the rave you hear about the car online and in magazines. Now, first impression, I was expecting this car to be a very typical Japanese car interior, very plasticky, which it is. There's a lot of plastic, but it exceeded expectations. And the car feels solid. The doors, everything. The steering wheel is small and thick. The visibility it's okay. I mean, the rear window is very small, as you can tell from the exterior, but generally I think it's okay. Huge rear view mirrors. Now, one thing I saw on reviews is that they say you sit very high in the car, which is true. You definitely don't feel like you're sitting low, but I think it's okay. Some cars, like the Abarth Fiat 500, for example, the moment you sit in, you feel like you're sitting on a throne because it's so high. But this car, it doesn't feel that way. So enough talking, let's start. It's a keyless start, as you will, in today's technology. The start is very subtle. It doesn't have a roar or anything. And being a Japanese domestic car, the moment you start, you have a Japanese lady talking to you. Okay, let's go. Wow, okay, the clutch is very light. It's like air, very light. But the gear shift, wow. The gear shift is very short and focused, but very nice, very short and crisp and precise. I like that. Immediately, you know this car means business. All right, let's go. First gear. The car has been warmed up already. We drove on the way here. So we can see what the 3-cylinder 1.6 turbo car feels like. Okay. First impression, it's very rapid. Acceleration and pickup is very rapid. Doesn't feel like a 3-cylinder, 260 horsepower car, but there you go. Now I've put it into sport mode and the IMT just now. Let's see what difference that makes. Now sport mode is obviously sport mode. The IMT is the intelligent manual transmission system, which means it helps you heel and toe. Let's see how that works. First corner to second gear. Wow, okay, it heel toed quite well, but so far so good. I mean, this IMT system knows what it's doing. Handling is great, as you would expect. Very confidence inspiring. And the brakes are very good on this car. The brakes are very good. The moment you step down it stops. I mean, it helps that the car only weighs 1,280 kg. But it's given the small compact size, the 4-meter wheelbase, the brakes, the turbo, the 4-wheel drive system. I mean, this car really is the whole package. It's just so good. It's just, I mean, people always say this, oh, it feels like on rails. It doesn't really apply to most cars, but for this one, it does. It does. It feels good. And the engine sound. Engine sounds very good for a 3-cylinder car. You think, 3 cylinders, it must be, small capacity, it must be nothing to write home about, but they all sound great. They all exceed expectations. I think this car got that system where they directly sound into the cabin with the speakers or whatever, but it does sound good when you're driving it. All right, we've got some clear roads ahead now, so let's give it another go. So rapid, the pickup. When you exit corner, the car has just got so much grip. It almost dares you to step on it more. That's how it feels like. And the gear shifts are so good. There's a reason this car is so popular, right? And all the YouTube reviews, all the magazines, it was punching way above its weight, competing in categories that it really shouldn't have any place in, and winning all of them. So the expectation of this car was never low. You expected it to be a very competent and capable car that it is. But still, it's different hearing about it than actually being in it. Like this car really pushes you to go faster, pushes you to try the limit in every different corner, every time. And it costs what? In the UK, it costs about £30,000. In Hong Kong, it's about $600,000 to $700,000 Hong Kong dollars. And some reviewers say, oh, that's too expensive for a Yaris. I think that's utter nonsense, because it's built completely differently. It has its own factory. It's built in a different factory where they used to build the Lexus LFA. This car, given it's a homologation model, which is always good, and given the reputation it had right on the outset, this car is an instant classic, and it always will be a classic. It will, not, I don't think it will lose value or anything. So I think it's a good buy. I'm tempted, but I think my wife would kill me if I bring back another Japanese, boy racer look car. But anyway, I thank the owner a lot for letting us review his car. If you like this video, please give us a like, please subscribe. Please also remember to click the bell button next to the subscribe button to know when our next video is coming out, which will be soon. Thank you.